This is a video response because some people are wondering about the Coleman Roadtrip barbecue, and that is indeed what I have here. I have had this for 5 years. As you can see, it's had some dings and bashes. You cannot drop anything on the lid, and it happens because it folds up, and when it folds up, it's pretty easy, just to have a clumsy moment. And I am not the only one whose barbecue this has happened to. It happened to my parents as well. We now call it our chip identification program because what do? You gotta laugh. As you can see, I have both sides out on it. I've put attachments on. This one I have not even used. I find when I'm using the griddle, I use the big one, and I don't use that one because very often I'm cooking things like bacon, and I don't want it to go down those slots. If they had had one that was a solid piece, I would have bought it, but they didn't at the time. This works great, but it doesn't get to extreme high heats, like you can fry up vegetables or whatever on it. It's a little farther away from the flame, so you're not getting high heat out of it. And as you can see, over the 5 years, it's had a lot of use. We go camping about 20 days a year. So, we used it a ton. I'm going to show you the griddle pan. It doesn't normally go on the grates like this. It would go directly down. We use that for pancakes. It'll cook up to 7 good-sized pancakes at a time. We go camping with teenagers, family, and I'm always the one up early, so I end up preparing breakfast for everybody. I use a propane tree, and we do put the lantern on top, and we end up hooking up a stove in addition so I can boil water for coffee and such in the morning. Now, design flaws, other than, the lid chipping. My major beef is, I have to take this off to get at it. And you can flip that griddle around either way, however works best for you. The major design flaw is the locking mechanism. Okay, you see it's locked now. Now here's the problem. You push in the sides. So you get pushed in on both sides, and then you go to fold it up. And as soon as you pull that handle up, that falls open. There's nothing to hold it into place. As soon as that falls open, guess what's falling out? It's a royal pain in the butt. So yeah, that's the major design flaw. They figured out how gravity works to hold it together, but they didn't figure out how it works for travel. And that's something I really wish that they'd fix. It only has to lock in the other direction for that to be repaired. Simple, basic design flaw. But, we go camping, like I said, about 20 days a year. And we make breakfast and dinner generally on this for big groups of people. And I would buy it again. I know I have the attachments, the gizmos. I save money all year long so I can get good camping equipment. We've got the good stuff, yeah. It's not the most expensive, but it certainly is very effective. Thanks for tuning in. And just so you know, really, really, really important thing, you have to have these suckers out when you're operating. If you don't, it holds the heat in and you can end up melting them, and it voids a warranty. So I know that on the Coleman site, they show people using it with them in. It says right on the directions. So they aren't good with gravity and they aren't good with directions. So what can I say? What do? Decide what's best for you. Try and buy, at a time of year where they're not as expensive. You can get them on sale, but they do tend to sell out before everything gets really cheap. So I wouldn't wait too long, but they're definitely worth the purchase. Oh, and the igniter still works. 5 years, still working great every time. Thanks for tuning in.